my name is Seal Beck, and you, Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And this is Wave 22 of the 48 Ways to Wisdom. I guess we're only 2 days out from being halfway through. Wave 22 of the 48 Ways to Wisdom are 48 ways to make your life awesome. And that's really what they are. It's true. It's 48 essential attitudes about life that will make you be able to achieve anything and your life great. Really, that's what it is in a nutshell. It's from codification of Jewish law from 2,000 years ago called the Mishnah. One of these central Mishnahs is called Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Father. Most of Mishnah is like really boring law stuff, right? That's how I would not so nicely describe, but that's essentially what it is. This one is much more philosophical. Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers. The greatest hits of advice for all time. One of these ones are 48 Ways of Acquiring Greatness, and this was developed by my Rabbi Noah Weinberg, of blessed memory. And he really expanded it greatly. The reason I say that introduction, there's two reasons I say that introduction on each video. One, because I don't know if it's the first one you've seen, but secondly, it's always important to credit people, right? To credit people with whatever they've done, with whatever inventions they have. So that's why I do try. Generally speaking, I do try and do that. As a life thing. So before we get into it, if you can hit the like button, that'd be very, very nice. Thank you very much. If you can hit the share button, that's even nicer. Thank you very much. Can you hit the subscribe button? Oh, that will be fan-dabby-double-dozy. Thank you very much. YouTube does favor independent creators. Does favor multinational corporations over independent creators. Oh, I want to live in that weird mirror universe where they favor independent creators. They favor multinational corporations, or I would say individual creators if they agree with those multinational corporations. If you disagree with them, as I often do. I just did a video about the Disney show, was it The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And I have to tell you, it's the most disgusting racist propaganda I've seen this side of 1945. It's not good, so they don't like me saying things like that, right? So if you hit the like, share, subscribe button, that's great. If you subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. And comments is also very helpful. Also, go check out my Indiegogo. I think we're about a week out from ending that now. I've been saying that for about a week, but now I'm getting this artwork in to finish it. So please go check it out. It's in the video notes. Fine, we're up to way 22 of the 48 Ways of Wisdom. Conquering frustration. So what this is really is called is erechapayim, which is when your nose lengthening your nostrils, which is what happens when you get angry, right? So it's talking about a very specific anger about when one gets frustrated with something and they go, I can't deal with it anymore, right? So conquer frustration. How the hell do you do that? I mean, that's good advice. That's good advice. So it starts off, by the way, this is Rabbi Weinberg right there. If you want to get this book, the link to this article is in the video notes. You can also buy the book if this, does, intrigue you, to learn more. So the first thing they talk about with frustration is they give a story of let's say you get a brand new car. Now I can't really relate to this because I don't drive. But you get like a brand new, you get a new Telsa and it's all it's gorgeous, right? Gleaming, spranking new. You drive it and then on the way home somebody rear ends you. You're out there. I'm like, what? My new car's never gonna be that good again. You get out of the car, you're ready to murder the person behind you. It turns out to be a very tall, a muscly, intimidating-looking gentleman. And you go, you're like, hello. Can we swap insurance information, please? So what happened there? How did your anger shut off so quickly? Obviously, we have a fight or flight reference. Reflex, flight or flight reflex, and that's really triggered by our adversary. If our adversary is like we think we can fight, we'll fight. If we're not, we'll fly. But so that's essentially. But there is an idea you can tune into reality to modify your anger. So your frustration and your anger. So, but the point of this story is it's one feels that their frustration and anger is like that's not conquerable, right? Then you're like no, right? No, it's completely conquerable, and you have complete control over it. Being terrified that you're going to be murdered because it's what one good way of controlling it. So it says never quit out of frustration. Do you ever undertake to learn a new skill like a foreign language, and then you just quit, right? You quit because you go, I didn't realize there's going to be so much hassle. It's not as important to me as it was. So, but when you do quit out of frustration, you go like, look, the effort I got to put into fulfilling this goal, which I didn't realize will be this great. I don't think it's worth it. But something that a lot of people don't factor in, there's a couple of things people don't factor in when they quit out of frustration, is the time they put into something is then wasted. It's gone. It's like it has no practical use ever. And that for me, that's actually quite a bigger cause of frustration. But it also causes a loss of confidence. You're like, because there is a part you say, I quit and I'm a loser, right? I quit because I couldn't do it. And most people can do most things if they persevere. Perseverance is, generally speaking, a good thing. So a good way to persevere is by not looking at the entirety of the task, right? Look at it in tiny increments. We have a thing on Passover. The Jewish holiday of Passover, you got to get rid of all leaven. It's a nightmare, right? You got to get rid of anything basically that's like crackers or cookies or bread, anything that's fermented, right? And you got to get rid of like so you got it's a whole thing. But at the end of it, you're supposed to do a search for the leaven to make sure you don't have any left. And the way you do that traditionally is with a candle and a feather, and you go with a candle and you find like the crumbs and you sweep it up with the feather. That's the tradition. But the reason you use a candle is because that means you can't see your whole house. You can just see this one tiny bit in front of you. That's a great way of persevering. There's a story. I can't remember the name. It was a famous rabbi from Russia in about 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago, who was conscripted into the army, and he was obviously Jewish. And they didn't like the Jews so much. They liked to take the piss a bit. So it was the Siberia. It was a cold night, and they knew it was Sabbath. They put him on guard duty, and he wouldn't go over a certain length. So they took his coat and they threw it over the fence, right? So he would have to break Sabbath to get it, and he would freeze to death. He didn't. They figured it would just be a laugh. So this rabbi, he goes, well, I'm pretty cold now. I think I can last another 5 minutes, right? I think I can go another 5 minutes. And then because he did that, he went another 5 minutes, and another 5 minutes, and another 5 minutes. Something really important because when that voice in your head saying, I gotta stop, I can't do this anymore, you just gotta say, yeah, you can, one more time. That says, no, you can't. And it's all you, right? You all have the same strength. Another thing about dealing with frustration management is understanding frustration is an unavoidable part of life. This is what life is, and life is great. Life is great, even with the crappy bits of it, like frustration. Again, it's part of being alive, and you should love being alive. Now, once we're able to frame things, frustration kind of melts away, right? Let's say you're walking down the street, you trip over, and you fall over. That's a pain in the arse. You got to get up, and it's kind of frustrating, right? In the exact same, if you. In exactly the same example, let's say you're walking down the street and you just find out you win the lottery. You win, like you've won $100 million on the lottery. You go, oh my God, $100 million! You fall over, you trip over, you fall over, and you get up and you go, I don't care. I don't care. I got $100 million. Yeah, we have $100 million. Every second, every day. Of all the wonderful things we have in the world, we can see, we can breathe, we can taste. There's a lot of good things about life. There's a lot of good things about life. If you try and put that in context, your frustration does get less. So if you're religious, this is something you can help that can help you deal with frustration. Is that everything comes from God, and everything comes from God to make you great, right? And you may not like it. It may be a struggle, and frustration certainly is a struggle. but it's something divine. It's something that comes from heaven, tailored specifically for you in this moment, for you to overcome, for you to be great. So it's something that you should rejoice in. But in general, don't be controlled by frustration. You control your frustration, and it's good to be frustrated about wasting time. That's a good motivating thing. But it's always about you being in control rather than it being in control of you. Generally speaking, though, frustration is something that's not that beneficial to you. If you can find ways of minimizing it in your life, you will make your life a better place. My name is Phil Beckendi, you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.